It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it's time for another dose of a new segment that we call Off the Record. Now, today's topic is an ongoing conversation. It's the no makeup look and men wearing makeup. So join us as we unpack what brought about these trends. And we have entertainment and style influencer from the boy on the park bench, Shiraz Reddy, and pro makeup artist who's also joining us in studio. And this is Charlie JVR, who is on our panel this morning. It's great to have you both here.
Thanks so much. Morning.
Yes. It's always fun to be here early on a Monday morning.
Right. It's
Right and
off the
early.
record where we can just be expressive with what we think about certain trends like this one. Before we get started, let's set the scene, okay? We've got a little clip over here because remember there was Alicia Keys back in 2016. Alicia Keys had this makeup-free look and it was fantastic. But I think that what the premise for it was Alicia wanted to make sure that that addiction to wearing makeup and looking good all the time and being hyper aware of what people see you as, she wanted to drop that completely, and I think that was power. In fact, let's take a look at that for a second, take a peek.
You look absolutely gorgeous. How does it feel, though, inside?
Really empowering, actually, really freeing. And, you know, I think the thing is, it kind of came from because we put so many limitations on ourselves. I think we put limitations on each other. Society puts limitations on us. And in a lot of ways, I'm sick of it. I'm over it, to be honest. And that, as well, is a lot about what the music is about. It's about being our unique own selves, because we each have something that no one else has.
So, can we say Alicia Keys started it or made the first big fuss about it?
I think she definitely did make that first move.
Yeah.
She started that revolution.
Absolutely. I mean, the one thing that we can see there is the skin. I mean, gorgeous skin, that inner health. I think a lot of people put premise on beauty and makeup as a safety blanket. Yeah. Many a time if they're in social environments or stage or of that icon level. And I think stripping that back of actually celebrating the inner beauty is more radiant. And I think we can actually feel that. I think we saw that in the clip.
We can.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know more recently at the recent Oscars, Lady Gaga shocked the world when she appeared on stage, you know, with no makeup or even going with that makeup-free look after arriving on the red carpet with a full face. Now, she was rocking a bare face with a black T-shirt, some ripped skinny jeans, and she also kicked off her performance with an important message. Let's take a listen to this.
I wrote this song with my friend Blood Pop for the film Top Gun Maverick in my studio basement. It's deeply personal for me, and I think that we all need each other. We need a lot of love to walk through this life. And we all need a hero sometimes. There's heroes all around us in unassuming places. But you might find that you can be your own hero even if you feel broken inside.
Deep.
Okay, well, that depth is amazing, but I think maybe, Charlie, you can speak to this. How does one strip makeup that fast for a performance? Because she was fully fledged, like 4 hours in the makeup chair.
Pretty much.
To strip it all down, so...
Good cleanser, double cleanse.
Double cleanse
is definitely needed. But I think the main thing with this message is if she was saying the same message fully glammed, wouldn't have been that impactful.
No.
Stripping that all back and being so raw and so honest is such a connectivity that we had in that moment. And that's the power of beauty. That's the power of makeup. We can elevate, we can enhance, we can disguise. Yes. But that's what beauty is. I mean, beauty doesn't really have gender. I mean, through years...
It's so fluid at the moment.
It is, but it's always been. I mean, if we think of Egyptian times, Roman times, beauty has been part of a conversation for many years, male or female, non-gendered. Is the conversation that it became gendered due to advertising? Due to the man?
Consumerism.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And we're
And
starting
just
to
being
break
like
that.
dictated to by brands that only women can contour.
Yeah.
Only women should take care of their skin because they're exposed to the sun more. Why is the woman in the sun? Because she has to work. No, men are working in the sun. You need sunscreen. You know what I mean? You need to take care of your skin. Yeah.
I always say with sunscreen, that's a major importance. Your
Yes.
last step in your skincare routine and your first step in your makeup routine. Little note for anyone
A sunscreen.
that's going. Sunscreen,
Yeah.
sunscreen, sunscreen.
Sunscreen, sunscreen.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this, and I love that we get to unpack this. Just, Shiraz, from your end, do you think, in fact, Charlie, jump in here, do you think this has been, you know, what is it about people that fixate on the makeup itself? Do you think they are hiding, or do you
A
think...
security blanket. It's a security blanket. It is a way to face the world and its demons, and often it's trials that want to make you feel like you are inadequate, you're not enough, or you've done something wrong by being your natural self. This is who I am. Why can't I walk out my door just being myself? You know, why do I need to be another person? You just said it early on. That consumerism is exactly that, and we are a product of it, but we also are in the space and in an era, a time where we're trying to revolutionize how we think and how we move as people, and we are okay with that. The human race is very much trying to stand up for itself and being like, we all have rights and we all have a voice.
And the thing is, with beauty, I mean, that's the one aspect, but the other aspect that I always see it is a self-expression.
Yeah.
It's a self-enhancing. It's that blurring of, you know, we all sometimes wake up with a little bit of a something here or an irritation there, and that's what a concealer is formulated, or foundation or BB cream. It's formulated to blur, enhance, or camouflage. It's not necessarily stuck into a gendered role.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I always fight. I mean, there's so many times that I would go out to whatever, to Woolies or do a regular shop. No one can clock my beat, but I look fresh.
No one can clock my beat, yo. That is going to be the latest release. Like,
Yes,
no one can clock my
absolutely.
beat.
No one can clock the beat.
So with this beat, all right, I'm just saying, men having a face beat, it's been, you know, I think because of the gender fluidity, having taken so much time to actually come to the proper fruition that we've all wanted to get to. A lot of the times, the traditional male gender, the problem is wellness has never been a part of our coding because we have to be all put together. We got to be that laborer. We got to go out there and work for the family. And if you get a scratch, walk it off. If you die, walk it off. Like, that was a man's idea. But it's no longer that way.
No.
There is, suddenly, it's the wellness toward men and looking after ourselves, which is vitally important. And this does include makeup, because if you feel good inside, but you've got a bit of a blemish, let's go for a concealer.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let me just give it a quick pat down, and then no one can clock my beat. Thank you, Charlie. So just in terms of that, men wearing makeup, what is the biggest resistance, in your opinion, from men? And I'm talking all sorts of men, not men only in the fashion or entertainment industry. Men wearing makeup, what's resisting it?
They feel it's a knock in masculinity.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing of taking care of yourself is lowering your level of masculinity. What will
I'm
the boys
less of a
say?
man because I go and I buy a 3-step face regime. Why?
And
No, you're not.
No, and the funniest thing is, like, my journey in beauty and skincare, the greatest conversation I had was my dad coming to me when I come home and be like, okay, what do I actually need? You know, Mommy is complaining about the skin is a little dry. Like, what? And that conversation for, you know, nearly a 70-year-old man realizing on the older age, like, ooh, I should have taken care of myself when I was younger. And again, history lesson here, the Industrial Revolution made the man do the hard labor.
Yeah.
Okay? So there wasn't time to do, you know, self-care. So that has spinned off into our nowadays of, like you said, walk it off. We don't have time to take care of ourselves. And I think now, with a time that we were locked down, we realize I only have myself.
Yeah.
If
You have to invest in self first. I'm a firm believer in that. It's the same with ashy elbows. Gone are those days as well for me. Please, it's very important. Imagine walking around looking like it's raisins. I don't have time for that raisin bread. No. Ain't nobody got time.
Well, Shiraz, Charlie, don't go anywhere. We would love to still catch up with you because we've been talking on the no makeup look, as well as saying that, you know, beauty has no gender. So we want to also talk about men wearing makeup. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with them.